Magic is one of the core elements to Skyrim's combat, offering a number of different spells to the player for a ton of replayability. Unfortunately for us, Skyrim is now 13 years old, and a lot of these spells have lost their original charm over time. To counter this, I have searched for the absolute best magic-related mods that together will completely reshape your experience as a mage in Skyrim. As always, if you do go on to enjoy this video, please don't forget to subscribe, as it greatly supports the channel. But with that being said, let's take a look at the first mod with vibrant weapons. This adds some brand new visual effects to your enchanted weapons in Skyrim. Whilst this has been done by a couple other mods out there, I feel as though this one looks the best and even supports multiple enchantments at once. It does only cover the basics of fire, frost and shock. However, if you have a high enough enchanting level and have the extra effect perk, you can create some unique effects which I absolutely love. The fire particles are about what you'd expect, completely coating your weapon in a sea of flames whilst providing some extra light against your surroundings. The frost enchant comes with ice that sticks to your weapon and even has these snowflakes to fall off of it if you're standing still. And we have the shock effect, where lightning will continuously spark off the weapon and leave a bit of static behind. However, if we take two of these and combine them, we'll get some new visuals that look insane. Having both fire and shock active at the same time will cause the lightning effect to change to the same orange hue, or you can use fire and frost simultaneously for this special frost fire appearance. They've even implemented one for the secret chaos damage enchant, which has a 50% chance of dealing fire, frost and shock damage all at the same time. All of these tiny details make for such a great addition to the game, and for that I highly recommend giving it a go. But before we take a look at the next mod, I'd like to talk to you about today's sponsor, Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is the absolute best place for all of your favourite games. They offer some unbeatable prices, with discounts of up to 90% off on select games and DLCs. For those that love the Bethesda games, you can see that the Fallout 4 Game of the Year edition, which comes with the base game and every DLC, is available for just over £8. The service is completely reliable, so there is no reason not to give it a try and save yourself some money. If you do decide to pick something up, please be sure to use my link, which I'll leave in the description below, as it does absolute wonders for the channel. Once again, thank you Instant Gaming for sponsoring this video, and let's get back to some of the greatest magic mods for Skyrim. This next mod is called Summermyst, and it is the perfect addition to this video. The mod adds 109 new enchantments that can be applied to your weapons and armor, integrated seamlessly through the built-in distribution system. In vanilla Skyrim, there are just 34 enchants out there, which I'm sure most of you have seen countless times over the years. But with this mod, you can experience so many interesting effects that can completely change the way you build your character. You can find these naturally on NPCs, in random chests, or available for purchase at certain vendors. In fact, you'll even encounter enemies that are already utilizing some of these enchantments, creating some pretty unique scenarios. These can all be disenchanted too, if you see one you like, and later applied again to your item of choice. It also handles numerous bug fixes that come with the vanilla enchantments that have each been listed over on the mod page. This is one of those mods that I can't picture leaving my load order anytime soon, as it just does such a fantastic job at overhauling one of the key mechanics in the game and brings in so many exciting new ways to experience Skyrim. Following on, we have Mysticism and Magic Overhaul. Now when you take a look at the top mods in relation to magic and spells on Nexus, there are a few that stand at the top, all offering pretty much the same thing to the player. However, the one that stands out to me the most is Mysticism, as I feel it features the most balanced and immersive spells that perfectly expands the number of possible mage builds. In total, there are just under 200 new spells that can be found naturally during your playthrough or by simply buying them from a merchant, including the use of new poison theme magic, sunfire spells, and expanded sorcery for the vampires of Skyrim. These all feel like great additions to the base game, with none of them really straying too far from the classic spell mechanics we see in vanilla. the mod also comes with some interesting adjustments to the spellcasting gameplay, with some improved casting times and the ability to cast master spells one-handed. On top of everything, we also have new shield spells to resist specific damage types, utility spells which allow you to open locks, increase your carry weight, and even walk on water. And finally, there are some debuff spells that make your targets weaker to certain attacks. The mod page contains an extensive list of every spell that comes with this mod in their respective school of magic, so you can see if it's right for you. But based on what I've tried, I found this to be the most lore-friendly add-on that I cannot recommend enough. I must say, this next mod is quite a favourite of mine. Strange Runes adds some new glowing symbols that appear when you cast your spell of choice. These change based on the type of spell you currently have active, with each one having a unique design and corresponding colour. In total, the mod features over 55 of them, with built-in compatibility for just about every spell mod available, including support for Mysticism, making it the perfect pair to run together. Charge spells have their effect appear gradually, whereas others like Flames or Sparks are instantaneous. However, there is the potential to have the effects active permanently, along with being able to adjust the light's radius and overall intensity. Each rune also emits light that reflects onto any nearby surface, with certain spells giving off some unique particle effects, which is a nice touch. In terms of other minor features, the mod also makes changes to the ward spells of Skyrim, completely enhancing their look with its own appearance. What I wasn't expecting though, is that NPCs can also make use of these runes. Again, this can be turned off in the settings, but I think it's a welcome addition that adds a lot to these encounters. As the mod doesn't exactly alter any gameplay mechanics, there's not really too much to say about this one, but with how in-depth and unique this mod is, I felt it was necessary to cover it in this video, as what better way is there to overhaul the magic of Skyrim than make them look cooler. For the next mod, we have Conduit. This allows you to temporarily buff a weapon with a currently equipped spell, resulting in some insane new effects. They go pretty in depth for this too, so let's take a look. Hitting a target with a weapon imbued in flames will ignite them, dealing fire damage over the course of 20 seconds. However, if you power attack, you'll send forth a fiery tornado that hurts anyone unfortunate enough to stand in its way. Shock will periodically deal damage and even has the potential to chain lightning between a number of enemies. Frost will apply an effect on each hit, with the third dealing 20 damage to the target. And lastly, healing will of course heal you, although it can also deal a little bit of damage too, with this effect amplified if the target is undead. Currently, the mod only supports these type of spells, with the rest falling under Arcane. Upon activation, you send out a wave of magic. If it comes into contact with anyone, you'll teleport to their position and return after a few seconds. Now only one spell can be conducted at any given time, with the newest overwriting whatever it is currently active. These are meant to be used often, roughly every 10 to 20 seconds, and can definitely be a viable way to handle your enemies. What's more, modded spells also work as long as it contains the correct keywords for the mod to pick up on. For example, if it mentions fire damage, healing, etc. So how can you actually get started? Well, you have two options. For a more immersive approach, you can buy the spell from the appropriate vendors in the game, or just simply turn it on from the MCM menu. It's quite the coincidence that some of the effects used to make this was actually taken from Vibrant Weapons, so you can see how all of these sort of tie in together nicely. Overall, I thought this mod did an amazing job at introducing an entirely new mechanic into Skyrim, and is one you should absolutely try out for yourselves. Finally, we don't have one mod specifically, but rather the mod author themselves. You see, Kittytail is arguably the greatest creator of new magic mods in Skyrim, both in terms of creativity, aesthetics, and how fun they are to use. Over the years, they have continuously brought so many incredible new mods to life that are just in a league of their own. These go beyond just regular spells, with a range of new mechanics, spell expansions, and more recently, improvements to some of the visual effects that we see in the base game. So let's quickly go over some of my personal favourites. Starting off with what I think is the most impressive spell in this entire video, Singularity. It summons a literal black hole that destroys anything in its radius, dealing massive amounts of fire damage that is essentially inescapable. Whilst it's not the most immersive spell, I think that both the style and sound design is just too insane that I can't not mention it. Constellation magic is one of many creations that adds multiple spells into Skyrim, the specific one with a cosmic theme, similar to what we've just seen. It adds 4 in total, focusing on a mix of destruction and alteration. You can call upon meteors that descend from the sky, leaving behind a huge airway that clears out anything nearby. And there's even a master level spell, with the description reading, tears a rupture into Aetherius and brings forth volatile energy of pure destruction. Obviously that last one is unrealistic in a normal playthrough, but hopefully you've now got an idea for the quality of these spells and just how insane some of these get. Remember, that was just 2 of the many mods that is available for you to try. Honestly, there are so many unbelievable magic mods out there that I simply can't showcase them all in just a single video. So if you like this video and want to see a part 2, then let me know by leaving a comment down below. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.